Have you always wanted a horse, llama, or a goat to call your own? Well, the Humane Society of Missouri has you covered. Their beautiful Longmeadow Rescue Ranch in Union, Missouri is home to hundreds of rescued farm animals. Let's take a look at a day in the life at Longmeadow Ranch.
Welcome to Longmeadow Rescue Ranch. We are a division of the Humane Society of Missouri. We are located an hour outside of St. Louis, Missouri on 165 acres. We have more than 6 barns that house numerous animals. We rescue and rehabilitate and adopt out horses and farm animals. We have anywhere from 150 to 300 animals here at the ranch at a time. We have a huge variety of animals for people that might be interested in adopting, and if they have space and the ability at their home to house them. We have miniature horses, we have larger horses that can be ridden by adults or children. We have pot-bellied pigs if they allow those where you live. They make great companions both inside and outside of your home. We have goats, we have sheep, we have ducks and chickens. Depending what you're looking for, we have a companion for everyone. The ranch has a huge need for volunteers and our staff that take care of numerous animals. So we have a huge variety of animals that have very different feed needs and cleaning. 7 days a week we're cleaning their stalls and their pens. They're fed at least twice a day. Some of the animals, when they come in as recent rescues, are fed as many as 6 to 8 times a day. It takes a lot of effort to clean up after this many animals and to keep them all in good health. Every day we go through at least 75 square bales of grass hay. And a square bale of grass hay usually weighs anywhere between 50 and 70 pounds. So that's an enormous amount of hay that they're consuming. The horses, the goats, the sheep, pigs use it as bedding, so do the birds. And then we also go through hundreds of pounds of grain as well, feeding all of those animals, and a huge variety too. We get animals rescued from a variety of situations. They all have their own story, and majority of those stories are of neglect. Most of our situations, they have not had access to food, so a lot of the animals are emaciated. They also, going along with not being fed, they haven't had proper care of their hooves, proper medical care. We've had horses come in with severely overgrown hooves that we've actually had to use saws to cut off the hoof to get them close to being back to what a normal hoof structure would be for a horse, as well as horses with severe wounds. We've had adult horses come in, even very aged horses that are pregnant and in no condition to be carrying a baby. We've seen some really horrible situations that are very touching, and it's the important thing about being involved in that process for me is to be able to be one of the ones to actually pull them from that situation and give them another chance on life. Give them a second chance for a new home that's going to care for them and provide for them so they don't have to go through that ever again. At Longmeadow, we have a lot of opportunities for volunteers. We have people who come out once a week. We have some volunteers who come out once a month to volunteer. A lot of what they're doing is helping us clean for the animals, feeding, watering, helping us bed them down, taking care of them. We also have volunteer groups that come out, like high school groups. We have some 4-H groups that come out, Girl Scout, Boy Scout groups. And some of those do volunteer projects while they come out and do a tour of the ranch. So they might clean up like sticks that maybe have fallen in a field, some extra rocks that would be treacherous for some of the horses to step on, sweeping the aisleways. They can do some projects as a group, which is a good experience for them, as well as helping Longmeadow. Rescuing farm animals and horses from the situations that we pull them from requires a huge financial dedication. Without the donors that we have that help support us, we wouldn't be able to do the work that we do. The adoption fees that we ask for the horses and the other animals, those don't even cover the initial care when an animal comes in. So when an animal is rescued, there's a veterinarian that does an exam. They do any needed medical care initially. Typically, like horses, for example, have to have their teeth floated, which costs at least a couple $100s. Mares have to be checked for pregnancy. There's blood tests to be done, numerous hoof trimmings to even get them where they should be. All of that is a huge financial investment, and so the adoption fee is just a drop in the bucket of this huge amount that the donors help us cover. If someone's interested in volunteering at Longmeadow, we recommend that they visit our website, and that's www.longmeadowrescueranch.org. And we have a link there for volunteering, and they can find out more information that way.
So often when we think about homeless and abused animals, we only picture dogs and cats. It's so great to know that an organization is out there protecting other creatures too. Many of these horses had almost starved to death. They were left in extreme cold or extreme heat with no food, water, or shelter. No animal should ever have to suffer like that. They don't deserve to be forgotten or abandoned. The Humane Society of Missouri understands this. They're trained to respond to all animals in need, and they don't leave anyone behind. Caring for each horse costs hundreds upon thousands of dollars depending on their condition. Multiply that by even 50 of the animals in their care, and that is a big bill. So pick up the phone right now and make a donation that could save a life. Your generous donation of $100 pays for the initial veterinary exam for a rescued horse. And just for this program, Scottrade is going to match that donation up to $25,000. Make the call right now and help twice as many animals. We can't do it without you, so call right now. Volunteers are standing by at the phone bank ready to help you make your gifts. Our toll-free number is 877-803-0078, or you can make a secure donation on our website, HSMO.org. Coming up, 2013 was a busy year for the Humane Society of Missouri's Animal Cruelty Task Force. They're out there every day fighting against animal abuse. And it doesn't end with just cats and dogs. They're out there to protect all animals in need, from horses to birds. We will also be joined by the St. Louis Blues Blue Crew for a pet parade. But first, after a quick break, we'll take a behind-the-scenes look at a doggy photo shoot. Learn about the important role good photography plays in getting pets adopted.
Hi, I'm Jen Myers with the Phillips & Company Morning Show on Y98, and the Humane Society of Missouri is such a wonderful organization. If it weren't for the Humane Society, we wouldn't have our dog Abe. He was rescued from a terrible situation. The Humane Society nursed him back to health and gave him a second chance, and that's why we're here talking about the Second Chances Telethon, so you can give to the Humane Society and give another pet a second chance. Please donate now to the Humane Society of Missouri and help another animal get a second chance at life.
Welcome back. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, but when it makes the difference between an animal getting adopted or getting passed over for another pet, it's worth so much more than that. Watch now as we give you a behind-the-scenes look at how the Humane Society of Missouri's pet pictures fit into the big picture of finding an animal its forever home.
Taking pictures of pets is not as easy as most people think it is. Of course, with dogs, you can't tell them to sit still, and they listen to you and turn this way and turn your head, and they do what they want to do. So I have come up with techniques to help get their attention. We go through squeaky toys and whistles, and it's fun. I really enjoy it. The variety every day is different. Every dog is different. So it's fun. It's challenging but fun.
This little sweetheart is Rosalie. She is a 7-month-old lab mix, so she is still full of that playful puppy energy.
We also do videos where I can talk about the dog, so you can see them moving around. You can hear me say if they're house trained, if they're good on a leash, if they know any commands like sit, if they're very affectionate. To be able to say that in a video and get that across for people before they drive all the way down here, it's been a really valuable resource. People living outside of the St. Louis area have seen the dog online, they've seen our videos, they've seen the pictures, and they drive hours. One came from Columbia, one actually 3 months ago came from Illinois. They drove all the way from Illinois to adopt that dog. And they walk in and they say, I don't really want to look at any other dogs. I've seen Bugsy online, I've seen his picture, I've seen his video, I want to meet the dog and I want to take him home. And to know that that dog might not have gotten adopted that quickly if it hadn't been for my pictures and video, it makes it all worth it. It's the reason why I do what I do.
You just got an inside look at what goes into taking professional photos of shelter animals. You can really see the difference a good photo makes. The Humane Society's staff is dedicated to getting it perfect if it means a forever home for an animal. Great photos and videos are just one more way the Humane Society of Missouri goes above and beyond to help animals in need. Won't you help them give second chances to even more animals by calling and making a donation? Don't forget, during this program, Scottrade is matching your donation. Your gift will go twice as far and help twice as many animals. We've got some great premiums starting at the $50 level, so call right now. Our toll-free number is 877-803-0078, or you can make a secure donation on our website, hsmo.org. You can call at any time during our telethon. Volunteers are standing by. Charge your donation on Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or American Express.
Hi, this is Doug McKelvin with Total Information AM on KMOX Radio here in St. Louis. If you're interested in a dog or a cat or perhaps some other animal, which the Humane Society does have some of those as well, that you definitely make that your very first stop because they're a great organization. Now's the time for you to make that donation to the Second Chances Telethon for the Humane Society right here in Missouri.
Welcome back to the Second Chances Telethon. I love these celebrity guests who just keep popping by. This is Guy Phillips from Y98. Who knew? You were coming to work the phone bank.
Well, you know what? Working a phone bank is easy, you know, but I love doing anything that helps animals. You know me. I'm a big animal lover, and if we could adopt, you know, finches, I would adopt finches.
Now, I was asking you, who in the family is the animal lover that keeps bringing these animals home?
Well, you know, my wife is a dog lover. I'm a cat lover, and not that I don't love dogs. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love all animals, but I tend to gravitate toward cats. I know that sounds weird, but I do. Cats are so cool. They rock. So I bring these cats home, or a cat, and my wife is, I'm allergic. This can't work. And then, you know, she falls in love with the cat. So I bring another one home about a year later. I said, you know, it was like a sister I found, you know. I made up a story and she bought it. And so, but the Humane Society has, since I moved to St. Louis, I think in 1979, I adopted a cat here at the Humane Society. Yeah.
So you've had a long relationship with them. Isn't it amazing how much they've grown and how much more they can do every year because of this telethon?
It is remarkable. You know, what's more remarkable to me that the message doesn't get out wide enough that, you know, these are wonderful animals that need loving homes, and especially the ones that aren't the kittens and the puppies, because those are the guys that, you know, have still a long life to live and a lot to give and a lot of love. And sometimes, you know, the teenagers, as I call them, or the young adults, you know, they're the last to get adopted. So, you know, we really need to find homes for them.
Well, I know that people are chomping at the bit to call now that they know Guy Phillips is here. So
I got a phone.
Go answer it.
Right, it is ring. May I?
Yes, go ahead.
Hello, honey. I promise not to bring home another cat. No, I'm sorry. What's your name?
Thank you, Guy.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
We can do that.
Hi, I'm Erin Bodie. My husband and I have 2 dogs that we love so much. And we're very grateful for the Humane Society of Missouri, who helps thousands of neglected and abused animals every year. They don't receive any tax dollars or money from other organizations, so your donation goes a long way to help these animals in need. So please, donate to the Humane Society of Missouri today.
3 shooters apiece. Oshie in on Carter Hutton, rather deliberately. And he scores right through the legs.
Welcome back to the Second Chances Telethon. We are so excited to have the St. Louis Blues Blue Crew here with us to show off some of the Humane Society's adorable pets. And you can help support the care of these cuties by making a donation during this program.
Let's bring them out. The first dog is Bear. Bear is a sweetheart. He's an 8-year-old golden retriever and collie mix. He has been in foster care and is going to make somebody a wonderful, wonderful pup. Bear is typical of an older dog at the Humane Society, and you know, older dogs are available at all of our locations, and there's so many advantages to adopting an animal that may have already been housebroken, may have already been trained, and there are a lot of advantages, and the Humane Society has always a great selection.
Well, and they're a little calmer than the puppies, let's be honest.
No question about that, but Bear is going to make somebody a terrific companion. And next, we have an adorable, tiny little Chihuahua, Flower. Flower is 6 months old, and Flower is just adorable. And 6-month-old dogs are wonderful as well, and you just have to go through, oftentimes, housebreaking and training, but you invest in that and you will have a terrific animal, a wonderful companion. Alvin is a Shih Tzu that has just the face that will melt your heart. It's so cute. He is so cute. And you know what? He only has 3 legs. You'd never know it because he has such a great disposition, can motor around just fine. He's still learning a little bit how to walk on 3 legs, but he is an absolutely terrific dog.
Now, is he young?
He is young. He is only about 6 months old, and he really is going to be a wonderful companion for somebody. And look at that face.
I know, he's so cute.
And next up is Honey, who has lots of energy, a Pomeranian, and she can't wait to find her forever home. She's a Pomeranian mix, and Pomeranians are known for their energy, and they are absolutely, fierce, tough little dogs, but they've got a heart of gold, and they really are wonderful. And doesn't she look cute?
I like her ears.
Absolutely, in the arms of one of the Blue Crew girls, and looks like it may be a match back there, right, Virginia?
Who knows?
But we've got lots more available at our 3 adoption facilities. And here comes Oreo. Oreo is a miniature poodle, a little black and white miniature poodle mix. And he is a cutie pie.
He's ready to take off.
That's right, and he's got his little winter sweater on that has penguins on it, and he really is a very, very good dog. Poodles are known as being quite intelligent animals, and I think Oreo certainly fits that bill.
And they don't shed.
That's exactly right. So they're great for a family that may have allergies. A lot of families that have individuals with allergies get poodles or breeds such as a poodle that don't shed. It's really terrific.
And he's adorable too. And Kathy, this has been so much fun, and I hope everyone comes and adopts a pet from the Humane Society of Missouri. And thank you so much to the St. Louis Blues Blue Crew for modeling our adoptable pets today. I really do have the best job. I mean, hello, I'm hanging out with cute animals everywhere, and these are just some of the pets available for adoption at the Humane Society of Missouri. They do so much for homeless dogs and cats, and when you adopt from them, every animal is spayed or neutered. They're vaccinated and they're also microchipped. Some of them have even gone through special training and enrichment. Won't you be a part of the Humane Society's goal to maintain a 100% adoption rate? Call now and make a generous gift to care for these shelter pets. Scottrade is going to match whatever you give up to $25,000. A $50 donation pays for 5 microchips. A $100 donation pays for 10 days of shelter care. Our toll-free number is 877-803-0078, or you can make a secure donation on our website. That's hsmo.org. You can call at any time during our telethon. Volunteers are standing by right now. You can charge your donation on Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or American Express.
Thanks very much to our generous Second Chances sponsors, Scottrade, Purina, HeartGuard Plus, Frontline Plus, Coolman Design, and AT&T. Please support the products and services of these generous companies who are helping abused and homeless animals every day.
2013 was another busy year for the Humane Society of Missouri Animal Cruelty Task Force. Their investigators responded to 18,000 calls about animal abuse and neglect. Take a second to let that sink in. 18,000 calls. This task force is on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, helping animals when they're at their worst. And not just in St. Louis, they are working throughout the entire state of Missouri.
Our investigators are on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We cover the entire state of Missouri, and we do so with 10 investigators, 5 which are assigned throughout the state and 5 which are assigned throughout St. Louis City and the St. Louis County area. We have a fleet of 4-wheel drive vehicles, all-wheel drive vans, climate-controlled animal transport trailers, so that we can respond at a moment's notice anywhere throughout the state, wherever the animals may need us. We also have tow-behind trailers, which our team regularly will reside in while we go on some of these rescues that may take overnight.
We're the lead agency for animal response if the state of Missouri is put into a state of disaster by the governor. And in this case, Waynesville Animal Shelter contacted us and said, we have people that have been displaced from their homes and we have a lot of animals coming in, can you guys come down and help? So at that point we packed up and took Bart and our little mobile trailer and with 4 people and went out there and set up shelter. We took in a lot of animals that had been displaced. Some of them we couldn't locate their owner when we first found them, but at the end of the week we had reunited several owners with their animals.
All the investigators are involved in the triage of the animals when they come back from a rescue, and when they're investigating cases, the first line of defense for the animal is that investigator. So all of our investigators have to have a general knowledge of the care and conditioning process of the animals. They have to know what uptake needs to be done, all the provisions that the animals need. And the animals are not only dogs and cats, but they can be horses, cows, farm animals, rabbits, rats, even reptiles.
Well, recently I got Jefferson County added to my territory, so most of the calls I check out have to deal with horses, the occasional cow or goat or whatever version of livestock. When somebody asks me about my job, I get that on a daily basis. What's your job like? What do you do? I usually tell people that probably, in my estimation, 90% of my job is education. Educating the owners or the general public on, just the basic aspects of caring for an animal, whether it be veterinary care or, appropriate nutrition, what to feed them, where, dog houses, where to keep them, if it's a horse, maybe a barn, what provisions that they need to be able to live and function and be well maintained.
It's a process of education, letting people know what they should and shouldn't do. And if they don't do it, well, then that comes the point in time where we go to the Sheriff's Department, Prosecuting Attorney's Office, and we provide our information that shows that they haven't done what they're supposed to do.
We have contact with the suspects of our cases regularly. To build a case, we generally are talking to them, educating them on the Missouri state laws, and then they have that decision as to whether or not they're going to follow the state law and make the corrections that are needed or not. And in that case, that's when we start to build a case for prosecution.
Animals can't speak for themselves, so somebody's got to give them a voice. And this job's not a career, it's not really a job, it's a calling. Not everybody's able to do this work either because of emotional factors. I personally, I want to give those animals a voice, and somebody's got to look after them. So that's why I choose to do this, is to give them a voice, to rescue them from whatever situation they may be in.
The Humane Society of Missouri provides such a valuable function to our community. We take in injured strays. We take in unwanted animals. We've taken down puppy mills. We've taken down dogfighting organizations. If the Humane Society of Missouri wasn't here, where would those animals be now? They wouldn't be able to be helped. If there was no investigators statewide, who would the Sheriff's Department call when they have 20 horses out in the field that are starving and dying and need to go to a vet? Who would care for these animals? If the Humane Society of Missouri wasn't here, who would the general public turn to investigate serious cases of abuse and neglect? Or if you think that there's abuse and neglect going on, who would you call? We provide such an important service that without us, the animals would ultimately be the ones that suffer.
Without the community, we definitely would not be able to do the things that we're able to do. By their donations, by their volunteer efforts, we're able to get the training that we need to get out there and do the job that we do and do it as well as we do. You know, we are able to do detailed investigations like we did in the trooper case, but we're also able to do rescue efforts in disasters and during emergencies like a kitten on a roof. And it's important.
Wow, that story alone should give you a big reason to call right now and make a gift to this telethon. I'm joined now by Mike Perkins. This is the director of the Humane Society of Missouri Animal Cruelty Task Force. Now, I had no idea that you were out there rescuing rabbits and birds. I thought it was just dogs and cats.
Well, you're not the only one that thinks that. We do rescues on rabbits, birds, cats, dogs, exotic animals, reptiles, amphibians, rabbits, you name it.
Rabbits. Wow. So I understand that this year, even though it's very early on into 2014, has already been really busy for you.
It has been, and that's primarily due to the weather that we've been having. It's been very frigid at night, and the rabbits can't really stand the outside temperatures. The dogs can't stand the outside temperatures, so we've been encouraging everybody to bring the animals in. And when they don't, people call us, and then we have our investigators go out and follow up.
And you're working on these rescues every day of the year, and the only money that you get is from these guys.
That's correct. We work solely off of donations. We receive no government funding, no help from the United Way, no taxes. It's all based on our donations.
So if they didn't donate,
we couldn't exist to help the animals.
wow. So 18,000 calls last year, and this year's just as busy.
It is. It started off with a bang. We had a snowstorm the first part of January. We had all of our investigators called in. We handled over 50 calls in one day.
Oh my.
Just because of the snow and the animals that were left outside in the snow. And now we're coming up into puppy and kitten season.
Wow, well, thank you for all that you do. And you just heard from the director of the Humane Society's Animal Cruelty Task Force. They are working nonstop helping animals out on the streets, and they're getting them out of bad situations and making life better for them. They're helping animals every single day, and they're able to do all of these wonderful things thanks to your donation. So please, if you believe no animal should be a victim of cruelty, make it known right now and donate and keep the Humane Society of Missouri's investigators going. Make sure they can always be there when animals need them most. Call right now and be a part of the Humane Society's commitment to ending the cruel cycle of animal abuse. Our toll-free number is 877-803-0078. Volunteers are standing by at our phone bank right now to take your calls, so please make a gift right now. Or you can make a secure donation on our website. That's hsmo.org. Now don't go anywhere because we have a lot of great stories coming up. You're going to meet Minnie, a cute little chihuahua that loves video games and music, and take a look into what Trooper is up to at his new home. You will not believe where he's been. All that and more right after this.
If your dog can dream it, Purina Pro Plan can help him achieve it. Purina Pro Plan's bioavailable formulas deliver optimal nutrient absorption. Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs.
Run, walk, stay, and play at the Humane Society of Missouri's Bark in the Park. Presented by Purina One. Bring your pooch to Forest Park on Saturday, May 17th for the largest dog festival in the Midwest. This year's activities feature a 5K run, a 1-mile fun walk, pancake breakfast, and lots of fun and games for your pet. Sign up as an individual or gather your friends and start a team to earn great prizes. All proceeds benefit the Humane Society of Missouri's Animal Cruelty Fund. So register today and help dogs like Trooper, Sunny, Marshall, and thousands more.
Thanks very much to our generous Second Chances sponsors, Scott Trade, Purina, HeartGuard Plus, Frontline Plus, Coolman Design, and AT&T. Please support the products and services of these generous companies who are helping abused and homeless animals every day.
We are back at the phone bank right now, and if you can see, only 2 people are on the phone right now. This is not good. Okay, everyone who is not on the phone, I need you to raise your hand. I'm going to make them keep their hand in the air until you call them so they can answer the phone. So get the calls in, get the phones ringing. We need the donations right now. Now. Oh, thank you. 2 more left, 2 more left, and only 1 more left. This is it. This is what we want to see right now. We need you to make these phones ring and have your donation doubled, because you can do that thanks to Scottrade today. When you give, you are going to help twice as many animals because they are going to match your donation up to $25,000. You can give second chances to abused, abandoned, and homeless animals by picking up the phone and making that donation. Every dollar you contribute to the Humane Society goes toward a very good cause. Charge your donation on Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or American Express. Here's our toll-free number. It is 877-803-0078, or you can make a secure donation on our website, and that is hsmo.org. Minnie came to the Humane Society of Missouri's St. Louis City Shelter in the fall of 2013. This sweet little Chihuahua was sick, fearful, and needed lots of TLC. The Animal Medical Center of Mid-America treated Minnie for knee problems. Thanks to your donations, she was able to have surgery to improve her quality of life. And thanks to the Humane Society's incredible foster program, Minnie was rehabilitated. Let's take a look at Minnie's new start.
It's a real common problem with very small dogs that their kneecaps pop out of place. Minnie's was exceptionally bad in that the kneecap wouldn't reduce back to normal position, so it made her very bow-legged, made her walk funny, and she limped on it quite a bit.
So you're going on there, you want this center over the joint and measuring. Okay.
So what we did is a 3-step surgical procedure where we deepen the groove in the bone where the kneecap rests, and then we tighten the ligament on the side so that way it's not popping out to the other position. And then finally I put a nylon suture material around the kneecap itself to hold it in place.
This is Minnie. And Minnie had a knee replacement after having dental surgery. And she is just a wonderful 6-year-old little Chihuahua who has blended into my pack with my other dogs. She thinks she's part of them. When you bring a new foster into your home, there's a number of dynamics when you already have pets, existing pets. And one thing is that there's a pecking order, or they call it a pack. You bring into the pack a new member and things are a little bit strange. The dogs are not aggressive, but they want to check them out, and I have very large dogs compared to little Minnie, who's just over 5 pounds. Here's this little bitty 6-pound dog standing next to an 84-pound dog like, excuse me, pardon me, get out of my way. Minnie is a very busy little dog. She loves to be outdoors. She likes to be in front of the group of dogs. She will lead them around the backyard, which is quite hilarious when you have this little guy. She loves following right behind you. Everywhere you go, she's behind you. Minnie, as a foster, had many special instructions, and that was because she had knee replacement surgery. And with knee replacement surgery comes along physical therapy. So there was actually physical therapy that I would do with her every day, 3 times a day, up to half an hour a day. Minnie would have to roll on the opposite side of her surgery, and I would have to hold her down on her side and gently extend her leg by pulling gently on the foot in different directions. And not to the point where it would hurt her or she would cry. Of course, she would always do this. She was on pain medication at the time, and slowly, gradually increasing her ability to remain agile. I mean, they have to, otherwise they atrophy or get hardened just like people. After meeting with a vet and him taking a look at her, thankfully he realized and see that she was progressing so well, I didn't have to to do physical therapy anymore. And Minnie and I both were 2 happy pups. The Humane Society does so much for every animal that's dropped off. This dog would not have been adoptable. I'm not so sure that people would have come in from the outside to say, knee replacement, dental surgery, I'll take her. So the Humane Society is great on the way they handle all of the issues with the animals. They give them all the best chances ever for being adopted. To give them back, once you've cared for them, is very difficult. But the great thing is the Humane Society finds placements for these dogs, and they do it in a manner that you know they're in good care. They're very cautious. They screen the adoptees, and they want to be sure it's a good fit. So there's comfort in that.
She's a sweetheart. She's enjoying her retirement. That's for sure. She loves her boys. She takes care of them.
We were raised with adopting dogs from the Humane Society, and when our mother brought up the idea of adopting Maya, we all agreed it was time to have another addition to the family, especially for our other Chihuahua, Tony. He needed another friend, so. Maya has affected us in so many positive ways, almost so many that I can't name, because after our grandfather passed, the very first night she came home, she immediately started filling that empty space in our hearts. And being able to come home from a long day at work and having her greet you is fantastic. Maya's favorite video game definitely has to be Skyrim. Even though I'm trying to kill a dragon, she's always sitting on my lap, giving me support and rooting me on. So that's nice.
Yeah, Maya definitely brings out the best in people. When I have people over that she's never met, she's always so nice to them, and I even hear from them saying she's the sweetest dog. She's so friendly all the time. We have a couch downstairs where I play drums, so Maya, if she were to want to be by me, she'll just sit on that couch with some covers, watch me as I'm doing the thing. Maya gives me a lot of company and affection. It's comforting in a way, because she's just a little sweet dog. I never expected to get such a sweet dog from the Humane Society. It's almost like she's a blessing, how great she is.
When dogs are adopted, it's so wonderful when they find a forever home, because along the journey, you've done your part. You've helped make this pet more adoptable and find a home with loving, loving family.
I encourage anybody and everybody to adopt a dog from the Humane Society because they need that second chance. And a lot of them haven't had the best of homes, and if you can give that to them, that's the best feeling in the world. It really is.
I just love seeing little dogs like Minnie get a second chance thanks to the Humane Society of Missouri. Your donations make sure there's money in the bank for those extra surgeries and treatments. Your donations provide supplies for the foster parents. That foster program is just another wonderful way the Humane Society goes above and beyond for homeless animals. Won't you support the foster program by making a donation right now? $50 pays for deworming treatment for 5 puppies. A generous gift of $100 pays for a spay or neuter surgery. Any amount you can give will be matched by Scottrade, but only for this broadcast. So make your donation count double and call right now. We'd love to send you a thank you gift, so at the $50 level, you'll receive this custom dog leash. And at $100, this great tote bag. For $150, get the leash and the tote bag. You can call at any time during our program. Volunteers are standing by to take your donation. Please help us make second chances possible for more dogs like Minnie. Charge your donation on Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or American Express. Our toll-free number is 877-803-0078. Or you can make a secure donation on our website, hsmo.org.
Every year, thousands of pets go missing from the St. Louis area, never to see their families again. Thanks to the efforts of the Humane Society of Missouri, APA of Missouri, and St. Louis County Animal Care, more happy reunions are taking place between people and their lost pets. STLLostPets.org was launched last March as a resource for the metro area. Pet owners can file a lost pet report, scan the database of found pets, and connect with each other on social media to spread the word about their missing dog or cat. Dozens of animals have been returned home safely thanks to STL Lost Pets. Animals like Bailey, a blind and deaf 13-year-old beagle whose owner spotted him on the STL Lost Pets website 5 days after he went missing. And cats like Furby, a long-haired Siamese who ran out of the house and ended up at a Humane Society of Missouri shelter. We hope you never lose your pet, but if you do, log on to STLLostPets.org and visit us on Facebook and Twitter to help bring them home.
Let's check in with our phone bank right now and see how it's going. And it looks like we've got a lot of people on the phone. However, you don't have anybody on the phone right now. What's your name?
My name is Diane.
Diane, tell me a little bit about your relationship with the Humane Society of Missouri.
Well, I have been volunteering at the Humane Society since '92.
Wow.
And I really believe in our mission here. They have educational outreach and the animal task force, in addition to the shelter and spay-neuter programs. It's a wonderful place, but we need help.
And we need help because you rely so heavily on the public.
The community, right. We don't get any tax support. We do get some corporate support, but it's the individuals that really make a difference.
Now, when you talk to some of these individuals who are calling, what does that feel like for you? I mean, I know that you are a pet owner and you've got, some stray animals yourself. Right. So what does that mean to you when someone calls and is willing to donate money?
Well, the fact that they're even calling and watching means that they're aware of what we do and that they can help us do what we do. So I'm glad to hear them. And sometimes I hear different stories. They tell me their stories, and we take their information, and then they become a part of our group here, part of our family, the Humane Society of Missouri.
Well, thank you so much for doing what you're doing, and hopefully your phone's going to ring really soon. Somebody call Diane, and I love hearing these stories, and I love just thinking about all the people who are out there and how one little gift could help save a life right now, and all you have to do is call. And think about this, at the $50 level, they're going to get the adorable Humane Society of Missouri dog leash. That's what you're going to get for $50. At $100, they get the Second Chances tote bag. A gift of $150 gets you both items. Don't go anywhere because the next chapter of Trooper's story is up next. See him in his new home and take a trip with him to New York City right after this.
Stella, have you lost weight?
I'm telling you, it's this new cut.
You look pretty.
Don't I know it?
Wait till the boys at day camp get a look at us.
Kennelwood Pet Resorts, grooming services and ShedX treatments trusted by St. Louis's best-looking pets.
Visit our newest Kennelwood Spa location at the Humane Society of Missouri on Mackland Avenue, where your pet can enjoy a complete pampering spa experience.
Have you always wanted a ranch animal of your very own, but it wouldn't fit in your living room? Sponsor a Barn Buddy. The Longmeadow Rescue Ranch Barn Buddy program helps feed, board, and provide care for the ranch animal of your choice. Choose from horses, llamas, goats, chickens, potbelly pigs, and many other adorable animals. Barn Buddies make great gifts for family and friends. Every sponsorship comes with an official certificate of adoption, fact sheet, and commemorative photo. View all of the Barn Buddies online and sponsor today.
Thanks very much to our generous Second Chances sponsors, Scott Trade, Purina, HeartGuard Plus, Frontline Plus, Coolman Design, and AT&T. Please support the products and services of these generous companies who are helping abused and homeless animals every day.
It was a fairy tale a year in the making. Trooper, the dog dragged behind a truck for more than a mile, finally found his forever home. After more than 12 months of recovery and rehabilitation at the Humane Society of Missouri, this incredible dog's adoption day finally came. A long list of people applied to take Trooper home, but in the end, he chose a very special person named Greg. Watch Trooper's inspiring adoption story and go on an adventure with him to the Big Apple. That's right, Trooper went to New York City. Here's how it all happened.
My name's Greg, and Trooper is my best pal, and I'm his best pal / adopter.
What is it like having a dog who has more Facebook friends than you do?
It's something different. He's got 17,300 something Facebook fans, and I don't mind it at all. I'm happy for him, and I think the more fans he gets, and hopefully the more donations will go towards the Humane Society of Missouri, and really that's what we like to see happen. And I'm comfortable with it, but he's definitely pretty famous. So,
tell us how you got to know about Trooper in the first place.
I did have a 14-year-old pit bull that I was nursing along that was in the last phases of his life, and when I saw Trooper's application process come up, I just leaped at the chance to adopt him. And here he is.
Now, you didn't instantly get him, right? It was kind of a process.
It was a little bit of a process, yes. I got called 3 times, and they did a house walkthrough, and then I got the happy call that you got Trooper, and so of course I was ecstatic and very happy and overjoyed, and he's here.
Did they tell you how much demand there was for him?
Yes, they did. They said there's been quite a few applicants, and they narrowed it down to me, and they found that I was the best fit, and that's when I got the call, and of course I was very, very excited about it and very happy.
This is a dog with some serious challenges. Were you up for it?
I was definitely up for the challenge, I mean, he's had a rough road, and he's gone from tragedy to triumph, and he's going to have, ongoing medical care, and that's going to be provided by the Humane Society of Missouri's medical staff. And there's challenges ahead, but there's also lots of fun and lots of joy ahead as well. There you go. Oh, look out. Now he's got a stick. We've got a big backyard for him to run and romp in, and we've got several parks in the area for him to play in. And so he's quite a happy camper and king of his castle here. So. For most of the day, he just curls up and sleeps, and then, when he wants out, I let him out, and, he romps and plays in the yard, and then when he wants back in, I let him back in. Of course, I monitor him when he's out there as well, and he's just been having a great time. He loves the area, he loves the parks, loves the big house, he gets free reign of the house, and he's just been a happy camper.
He loves string cheese, I hear?
And he loves string cheese. One of his toys is hollowed out, so I put string cheese in there. He keeps him preoccupied, and that's one of his favorite toys, definitely.
He's got his room. I guess that you share
he's got
with
his
him.
room.
He
That's his room. He lets me in his room. And we curl up and watch TV. And he's got his little Trooper mat that he curls up on, and we just watch TV in there, and that keeps him preoccupied with that, and until he says, you know what, I'm tired of watching TV, I want to go outside for a little bit. Trooper has a number of his favorite rooms in our house here. One of his favorite places is the kitchen, where he, of course, gets fed. And then he loves that big backyard where he can run and fromp and frolic and play out there.
Does he sleep well? Is he a loud sleeper, a quiet sleeper?
He snores a lot. He's and you can tell he's just sound asleep. He'll just sit there and just, make his snoring sounds. And
he's been to New York City, I understand.
Yes, he has been to New York City and had a very, very good time there. He's on a major TV program, and he got to go to Central Park, and he got to do a photo shoot where he got a lot of attention there, and just Radio City Music Hall, Rockefeller Center, and he got his picture taken with a hot dog vendor there, so he really had a good time, and he was really, really in the spotlight there.
He's a lovable, and he'll give a hug back.
Yeah, he'll definitely give a hug back. He's a very, very lovable guy. He likes to, he's a licker. He'll lick you in the face before you know it, so, a lot of people are like, whoa, But yeah, he likes his attention, and he definitely had a great time there, for sure.
Be sure to like Team Trooper on Facebook to see more photos from his trip to the Big Apple and stay current on what's going on in Trooper's life.
When we return, learn about the Humane Society of Missouri's plans to expand and help even more animals every year. How you can help after this short message.
Hi, I'm Vic Porcelli from the Vic and Trish Morning Show on Fresh 102.5. 5 animals in my house, 3 dogs, Phoebe, Phantom, and Sweeney Todd, and 2 cats, Pippin and Skimbleshanks the railway cat. From us to you, please donate to the Humane Society, okay?
Scottrade knows our clients trade and invest their own way.
With Scottrade Smart Techs, I can quickly understand my charts and spend more time trading. Their quick trade bar lets my account follow me online, so I can react in real time. Plus, my local Scottrade office is there to help. Because they know I don't trade like everybody. I trade like me. I'm with Scottrade.
Ranked highest in investor satisfaction with self-directed services by J.D. Power & Associates.
A new day for pets is coming. In 2013, the Humane Society of Missouri broke ground on a brand new adoption and veterinary center in Maryland Heights, Missouri. They still have a ways to go, but we are giving you the first sneak peek at the future of animal welfare in St. Louis.
Today, I believe we are truly making history for the cause of animal welfare throughout Missouri and the entire bi-state area. Truly, a new day for pets is coming. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Well, the first thing I can tell you is that we're very appreciative of the fact that for over 3 decades, people have literally gone on a treasure hunt to try to find our other location. It's really been off the beaten path. And the beauty of the new facility is that it is very, very accessible. It's just east of 270 on Page, at the corner of Page and Schutz. So it's readily accessible from east or west all the way out into St. Charles County now that the Page Avenue Expressway goes that direction. And then of course the proximity to 270 means that not only within the St. Louis area, the metropolitan area, but all the way into Illinois, people can get to us from north-south direction. So again, we're wanting to make ourselves accessible and feel as though the location, the facility, and the personnel that will staff the facility will all be able to really open our arms to all of the pets in the area.
The Best Buddy Pet Center and Animal Medical Center of Mid-America will be modeled after the Humane Society of Missouri's existing facility in Chesterfield Valley and will bring pets and people together in the friendliest, most inviting environment possible. Potential adopters will first be greeted in an attractive, colorful lobby by adorable adoptive dogs and cats lounging in pet penthouses designed for maximum pet and people interaction. In the new center, families will have the opportunity to view adoptable dogs through a tempered glass front, separated from the rear kennel by a guillotine door to make cleaning easier and less stressful for the animals. Visit with their potential pet companion in a more spacious and comfortable Get Acquainted room. Learn about the opportunities to join an obedience training session, or to enroll a child in a humane education class held in the Community Education and Best Buddy Obedience Center. The Humane Society of Missouri has a clear vision for the future of animal welfare in the St. Louis region. Create an inviting, spacious, top-notch facility that will benefit more people and pets. Facilitate more adoptions and offer the very best in veterinary care to more animals in the community.
We'll have state-of-the-art digital radiography available at the new facility. We'll have something at the new facility we've not offered at the other two, and that is physical therapy. Underwater treadmill, we do laser therapy, there's the possibility of doing acupuncture. So a number of ways of tying it into the surgery, being able to follow up and not just do the operation, but help the owner and the pet through the recuperative period. We will have much more exam room space. We'll have a total of 7 exam rooms, 6 of which will be the standard exam rooms, 1 of which will be a special comfort room, because unfortunately in veterinary medicine there are times when people need some time to themselves, so we'll be able to accommodate the needs of our clients in that regard. We'll have a full dental suite with digital dental radiography, again something that historically we've not been able to offer to our clients. So the list goes on and on. We certainly will have more space, state-of-the-art facilities, and really are very, very proud of what we'll have to offer to the public.
I'm joined again by Kathy Warnick, President of the Humane Society of Missouri. And Kathy, what will this new location mean for St. Louis's pets?
Virginia, this is not only a groundbreaking for a new building for the Humane Society of Missouri, this is the beginning of a new era for animal welfare in St. Louis. Never before has an animal welfare organization had the kind of prominence and presence this new center will have.
It looks like an amazing place.
It will truly showcase how far the cause of animal welfare has come and the heights to which it's going to soar in our community. More people than ever will come to know that all animals deserve respect and humane treatment, and that shelter pets make terrific companions.
And it's so exciting that you're going to be able to help even more animals.
Absolutely, Virginia, but we can't do it without donations from everyone out there watching. I would urge everyone to call right now. There are only a few minutes left to take advantage of Scottrade's wonderful offer to match donation. If you've been waiting to call, now's the time.
And now is the time. So pick up that phone and donate to the Humane Society of Missouri. Your support helps animals like Trooper go from tragedy to triumph. Your support also helps us provide second chances for animals like Harley and abandoned dogs and cats like Rory and Sparrow. And this is my 4th year hosting the Second Chances Telethon, and every single year I'm amazed about how hard your Humane Society of Missouri is working to protect abused and neglected pets. This program is just a snapshot of what they're out there doing every single day. Please make your donation right now to keep them going. They need you, and the animals need you too.
On behalf of everyone at the Humane Society of Missouri and all of the animals in our care, we want to express our heartfelt gratitude for your support.
And think about the impact the Humane Society of Missouri has on this community. Thousands of pet adoptions, millions of unwanted pets prevented through their spay and neuter work, 18,000 abuse calls responded to. Their impact is felt everywhere, and now it is your chance to make an impact. Our phone bank volunteers are staying until the phones stop ringing, so please make them ring some more. Give anything you can and make an impact for animals in need. And thank you so much for watching. The Humane Society of Missouri, oh, our friends are liking each other right now.
And then, of course, one of his favorite places is the kitchen, where he, of course, gets fed. And then he loves that big backyard.
You'll meet Rory, a cute little 3-legged dog, and Minnie, a 6-year-old Chihuahua.